Thank you very much. Let's start. Okay. Let's see if this works. A mathematician walks into a blockchain conference, into a Bitcoin conference. Is this the setup for a joke? No, it's actually my life. And in this talk, we'll go on a bit of a journey. My journey, StarkWare's journey, Starknet's journey, and the journey of crypto more broadly. I started as a math professor, theory only, rigorous, beautiful, and for a time, proudly useless. Zero knowledge with zero use case. I love doing the research, presenting it in the ivory-towered conferences of academics. And then, one day, came San Jose 2013, a Bitcoin conference, the Bitcoin conference. Starry-eyed kids walking up to me saying that they drove for days at end with sleepless nights just to attend because they know they will change the world. There was electricity running through the air. I remember Greg Maxwell, the Bitcoin OG core dev, standing and signing autographs with a line of people waiting for him, like a rock star. And I remember Brian Armstrong pitching Coinbase, a bit younger, but just as bald. I walked into that conference a tenured academic. I walked out on a different trajectory. Hold the faculty meetings, drop the whiteboard. We've got FUD to fight and a decentralized future to build. I'd found a use case for all that math. I had my eureka. Zero knowledge proofs can solve Bitcoin's scale problem. And I fell in love. Do you remember your first time? I mean, of course, the first time you felt the pull of Bitcoin. Not understood, but felt with your heart. Raise your hand if you do remember it. For some of us, it was a near physical experience of discovery. When you love someone, you want to help that someone become their very best self. And for me, for us, I guess, it's the same with Bitcoin. That's what compelled me to bring the zero knowledge proofs I willed into existence together with Bitcoin. At the 2013 conference, Greg Maxwell called these proofs Moonmath. I just discovered what no one had spotted, namely that the math, the ZK math, what ended up being Stark's, could solve blockchain's biggest problem, scalability. Bitcoin wasn't ready for ZK, so I pivoted and co-founded Zcash. Then came StarkWare. Then came StarkX and Starknet. And we scaled Ethereum with massive throughput, and we proved to the whole world that ZK Starks are the end game. But today, Bitcoin is in a new place. It's time to re-explore. And I know that Bitcoin can become a part of everyday life. Not just for the people in this room, but for your friends, your mom and dad, your family, even the ones who think that HODL is a typo. And I know that this very community, this Starknet community, will be the force that makes it happen. You've got the creativity, the grit and the grinta, and also, without giving too much away, now you have also the incentives at your disposal. It's within reach. Let me tell you a little bit about what we've been working on quietly, steadily at StarkWare that relates to Bitcoin. Armed with copious cups of coffee, we've been doing some real work. And increasingly, that work is focused on Bitcoin. Just three of many, many highlights. We funded a research committee led by Andrew Polstra with over $1 million committed to explore OpCat, its potential, to covenants, its dangers, We collaborated with Wei-King Chen and the L2IV team to run Stark proofs live on a Bitcoin testnet. And our team members, Avihu Levy and Viktor Kolobov, showed alongside Andrew Polstra and Ethan Hellman with their Collider VM breakthrough that even without protocol changes, ZK Starks could settle covenants on Bitcoin today. Here's the kicker. Avihu did this all while on paternity leave. So Bitcoin sets us free. And it sets us free by empowering us, by allowing, to quote the great Satoshi, allowing any two willing parties to transact directly with each other without the need for a trusted third party. He wanted any two willing parties to transact using Bitcoin directly. Let's talk about Bitcoin today. Its price has soared. Its status is by now enshrined. Hodlers be hodling, and governments are writing laws about it to protect it. But has it made us free? Do you feel it's made you free? Wealthy, maybe in some cases, but free? Can your family transact freely using Bitcoin? Borrow, lend, build? Are they? I mean, let's be frank. The answer is no. Bitcoin, in its current state, cannot fulfill Satoshi's goal, which is, to quote again, allow any two parties to transact without a trusted intermediary. Because there are two problems with it. Transacting isn't just paying for coffee or for the occasional Lambo. Transacting also means creating, investing, even playing, and Bitcoin just doesn't offer that. But even if we focus on the limited case of payments, Bitcoin doesn't scale. And don't tell me Lightning will solve it. It won't. So when people do use Bitcoin today, they do so often through centralized exchanges, through sexes. But that's really a blasphemy. It's a contradiction. Bitcoin was meant to be free by being decentralized. So you ask yourself, what would Satoshi do if he or she was still around? He's no longer communicating, but we do have his messages and we can dive a little bit into them and think what he would have done. So take BitDNS, a second layer protocol that he supported for domain registration. He didn't object to it on a decentralized protocol. He supported it. When asked whether it should have its own coin, he didn't dismiss it as a scam. He actually answered Finney in support of it and wanted its token to be linked in value to Bitcoins, like what we're doing with Starknet. So I'll say that Satoshi understood the need for layers, modularity, evolution. He would have supported L2s that don't congest the base layer, that may use their own token but tie its value to Bitcoin and are battle tested, which brings us to ZK Starks. In my reading, Satoshi would have watched them closely, not just for scale, but for their privacy potential and for their post-quantum security. Scaling isn't just about throughput. It's about use. It's about unlocking the full spectrum of transactions without custodians. So let me ask you, if we had a better, easier, more accessible self-custodial set of tools for Bitcoin, do you think as many people would have lost funds in the FTX crash? I don't. What we need is infrastructure, usable, secure, sovereign, that empowers people to hold and even earn with their Bitcoin. That's not a break from Bitcoin's vision. It is its continuation. And that's how we bring crypto back from the edge of skepticism towards its destiny as a public good. Which brings me to the heart of it, the core idea. This is the main part of this talk, the reason we're all here. It's about huge opportunity, Starknet opportunity. And I want to put 3 convictions on the table. First, sex is great, but have you tried DEX? DEX flips sex as long as it has all the 5 required things. It needs to be secure, cheap, smooth, mature, and scalable. Second, the taking over of sex by DEX isn't going to be spread out evenly. There'll be a shilling point, a network effect. It'll be winner takes most. That's the nature of the beast. Third, Starknet is it. It is going to be the winner. Why? Because it's the only decentralized layer 2 of Bitcoin that actually delivers what the moment demands. Security that's not theoretical. Fees that stay low, dirt low, even under load. A user experience that respects people's time and sovereignty. A system that's already battle tested and a design that scales without trade-offs. This isn't abstract. It's exactly what Bitcoin needs right now. This thesis, these 3 convictions, are a huge opportunity, the Starknet opportunity, and we shall seize it. Because if you love somebody, if you love someone, if you love something, you want to set them free. We can't just store Bitcoin. We need to use it in the natural way, the decentralized way in which it best thrives. We need to give people real tools to transact, borrow, lend, and build on their own terms without giving up custody. We need yield mechanisms that are sustainable, accessible, and self-custodial, not just another DeFi Disney world, sterile and surveilled, but a bustling decentralized bazaar set up on public decentralized land. And we need to build a financial system that doesn't just refer to Bitcoin held statically under the mattress, but actually brings Bitcoin and its freedom to our everyday life. And believe me, I can tell you that for more than a decade of building, that you yourself will never feel as alive as when you're bringing these decentralized networks to life. We are breathing the force of life into a new world. And at the time when Washington and Wall Street start to embrace a vague and very rough sketch of how the future may look, you and I and everyone in this room and the Starknet ecosystem are the ones who are going to give this sketch definition, shape, and color. What an exciting time to be alive. What an exciting time to be in crypto, to be at the vanguard, to believe in Bitcoin's freedom, and to unlock its opportunity on Starknet. I'm thrilled to announce that we have a series of initiatives that will make this vision come true, that will unlock this opportunity. It is important to say that there are many strong players taking part in this effort. We have many collaborators. Oops. Wait. No. I got this. It is time to dive into details of this opportunity and hear from our collaborators and contributors about the opportunity that is Starknet and is unfolding today. Thank you very much.